What's up, everybody? I'm B-True, and today I'm going to give you a Barbarian build that I'm using right now. It's about a week before the Reaper of Souls expansion, and so I'm going to give you my build for clearing enemies as fast as possible and getting as much Paragon experience as you can. Now, obviously, this is all about speed and being able to clear and doing as much damage to as many enemies as possible. So first off, I have Cleave. Now I have Cleave, one, because it has a lot of fury that it generates, but also because it is your main AoE source of fury generator. You can see here it does 210% weapon damage to everybody in front of you. And now I have that with the broad sweep rune so that it does as much damage. Now this build is focused around doing as much damage as possible in a short amount of time. So that's why I have the broad sweep rune there to increase the damage to 210%. Next I have Seismic Slam, and I have the Shattered Ground rune, because that increases the damage to 710% of your weapon damage in a 45-yard cone in front of you. So once again, this is another skill that does AoE damage to everyone in front of you, and I'll just show you here. So it does it in a cone in front of you, able to take out all the enemies in a straight line. So that's a good way to do a lot of damage to the enemies in front of you and to really clear your path. Now next I have Wrath of the Berserker with Ariat's Wail. And the reason I have the Ariat's Wail rune is because it does 3,400 weapon damage to all enemies within 15 yards of you. Now this is the main skill I use to take out elite and champion packs, because this will, depending on what kind of weapon you have, this will basically one-shot anything on a lower difficulty. So you can see right now I'm on normal. I can also do this on hard. But I have this on normal because this is what I'm able to literally one-shot enemies and just sprint from enemy to enemy and do kill as many monsters as possible. I mean, I can clear an entire map in maybe an entire act in about 15 minutes, which is a really fast time, and you kill a ton of monsters and get a ton of experience. But yeah, so this is how I kill my elite packs, and if you do it right, you can actually kill them, immediately. So what I'll use is Furious Charge to get into the middle of them, and then pop Wrath of the Berserker with Ariat's Wail, and they will just explode, as I'll show you guys in a second here. But the next I use Battle Rage, just for the extra 15% damage and the extra critical hit chance. And I use Marauder's Rage for the extra damage on top of it, and this lasts for 2 minutes. So once again, just more damage to clear enemies as fast as possible. And here, Furious Charge with the Bull Rush. Now this increases the damage to 360% weapon damage along your path, and it stuns enemies for 2.5 seconds. Alright, so this is going to stun the elite packs that you charge into, and then you pop Wrath of the Berserker and they will just explode. So you're doing 360% of your weapon damage with this, 3,400 weapon damage on this, so that's a ton of damage you're doing immediately to elite packs, which I'll show you is going to just absolutely melt them. Also, you can use Furious Charge as a way to cover ground, which is very important. Like I said, when you're one-shotting enemies, you want to be able to get from enemy to enemy as quick as possible, so Furious Charge is another movement-type skill. Next, I have Sprint with Marathon, and this increases your movement speed by 40% for 4 seconds. And this is what I use to get from pack to pack, to increase the amount of distance that I can travel and get to the enemies to kill them quicker. So that's all that's really for. Then for my passives, I have Unforgiving. Now obviously you're going to need as much fury as possible. You're not going to generate a ton because of the fact that you're one-shotting these enemies. So that's why you need the extra fury, and you're not going to degenerate any of your fury. So Unforgiving is very important for this build. Now Brawler, this is just going to increase your damage when you're in the center of enemies, so like when you're up against elite packs and you charge in the middle of them with Furious Charge, this is just going to increase your damage and help you to one-shot and clear them as quick as possible. And then Animosity, like I said, you're going to need as much fury as possible, so it's going to increase your fury generation and give you an extra 20 fury on top. So all in all, this build is designed on doing a ton of damage to everyone in an area. There are no single target skills. It's able to clear a large pack of enemies. Anybody in front of you just dies instantly. And something that helps with the amount of damage that I'm doing is I'm using a two-hander right now that I found, a legendary. You can see here it has 1,300 DPS. Not a ton, but it's still a pretty good roll. It increased my damage a lot, and that 1300 DPS is what gets taken into account here with your weapon damage. So it's 1300 DPS. You get 3400% of that with your Ariat's Whale, with your Wrath of the Berserker. It gets taken into account with all of these. So instead of using 2 one-handers, you know, where you're getting like a lower DPS amount that's being procced off of these, now you have a 1300 DPS that's getting procced with all of these, which just increases the damage by a ton. And so now I'm going to show you guys real quick here. I got a champion pack lined up. I'm going to show you how quickly this build can kill them, and then how much distance you can cover once you're there. So I'm going to pop my battle rage here, and now I'm going to charge into the middle of this champion pack once I get them close together, and then I'm going to use Wrath of the Berserker, and they just instantly melt. So you can see how easy that was. Everyone who was hit immediately, like with the Wrath of the Berserker, died instantly, and then he used Sprint to be able to get from people to people. You can get from your packs, and then you also can use Furious Charge to be able to cover more ground. So you can see here, everything gets basically one-shotted with this build. This is not the best gameplay right now because there aren't that many enemies around. Good, here's another pack. You can see how easily everybody dies, even just with the Furious Charge. But you're able to clear all of these enemies and cover a lot of ground at the same time. So the AoE aspect of this is definitely important, as well as the movement speed and the ability to kill champion and elite packs instantly. So this will be a good thing right here. So Seismic Slam's able to kill everybody, and Furious Charge as well. Between all of that, you're able to absolutely just melt enemies down. So that's what I use to cover ground and kill all the enemies that I can. And that's how I'm generating experience when I want to play with my Barbarian. So guys, like I said, we're about a week away from the Reaper of Souls expansion. This will give you guys something to do if you want to check out this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you guys are still playing Diablo while you guys are getting excited for the expansion. If this build helped, if you guys like it, let me know in the comments down below. Try it out for me. If you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe to me if you haven't already. That way you're able to stay up to date with all of my Reaper of Souls expansion news and videos. And I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot of Crusader builds and gameplay. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this and have a great day.